Biashara Tuesday is still live on, and I'm glad that you are still keeping it tuned here. It's 8:12 in the morning, Nairobi time. If you're in Kampala, it should be the time that you're seeing on your phone. If you're in Kisii, tell me, Kamoko, 5 minutes behind. And but you're still on time for the conversations which are happening here on Biashara Tuesday. Empowerment is a theme that is going on through here, throughout the conversations that we are having. But in the economy, it was over expenditure and over budgeting. We'll get back to that a bit later. I see still guys who want to know what are the names of the delegates who attended the COP27 from Kenya. 386 joyriders included, people who didn't have any business to do with the climate conversation there. But we'll be getting back to that in a moment. Just a few minutes ago, we discussed on empowerment of the youth in matters of leadership and mentoring, and that was a conversation I was having with Jeff Hill, Mentorship and Leadership Summit, through their communications manager and organizing secretary, Miss Wangina, who was just here. And now we're moving on to businesses. If you're a business, why is it important for you to do a sustainability report? Environmental, social, and governance, away from your financial report that you've been used to doing. So Nico Green here, and the programs officer there, Hillary, is having that put into perspective. Hillary Matano is joining me on set, and I'm glad to go through this with him. So if you're a business, a small business, medium, huge business, corporate, large enterprise, this is a conversation for you. Welcome to set, Hillary.
Thank you very much.
And I'm glad to see you here. Of course, very nice half coat that you have there. Is that the name?
Yes, it is.
Yes, very well dressed. I wish I got the memo. But yeah, I do have a few colors.
You're doing well as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Before we get into the whole jargon framework of sustainability, is this something that businesses do even when they're small, medium enterprises? Mama mboga pale mtaani, or someone with a small kiosks or a supermarket, can they also do sustainability reporting?
Yes, they can.
How's that?
So before you get into doing the reporting, they are not necessarily called them conditions to be met, but they are what we call identifying what is material to your business. So if you are in the service industry, there are particular issues that are material to your business that you'll be reporting, and the identification of these particular material topics or material issues to your business are well guided by the Sustainable Development Goals, which are 17 in number. So once you identify the specific Sustainable Development Goal that your business aligns to, then you have to now narrow down to how is my business objective, or how are my business operations aligning or supporting the realization of that Sustainable Development Goal. Yes.
You are from Nico Green?
Yes.
Programs officer there. Before we segue again into the reporting framework for sustainability across all businesses, what exactly is Nico Green and what do you do there? I'll allow you to maybe give us an introduction to some of the few things that you do over at Nico Green, then we can get back to sustainability reporting.
Thank you. So at Nico Green, we do a number of things. Nico Green in itself is a social enterprise that is having service offerings in and around capacity building, policy advisory, green technology development, and also sustainability reporting. So all these service offerings enable the organizations, the clients that we work with, to mainstream or achieve sustainability within their operations. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Hillary, why is it important that a business does sustainability reporting?
The environments in which businesses operate are impacted by the activities of that business. So it is important for this business to show how its activities are impacting, one, the environment, two, the social environment within which it is operating, and three, what governance issues are there within these businesses that are very important for the various investors, stakeholders, and shareholders within the business to know.
Yeah. All right. Are there sustainability challenges that businesses face?
Yes, there are.
Yeah. How do those look like?
Especially on the reporting aspect, the number of issues that maybe businesses can face is we're having very different frameworks for reporting. We call it, there's that variety of reporting frameworks. So there is not a baseline or a foundational reporting standard. So businesses are conflicted on which to use for their reporting. And then also is the issue of the cost of collecting and reporting on the data. Depending on the size of the businesses, some may prefer to transfer the cost to running the business rather than collecting the data that will be used in the reporting. And another issue as well is the voluntary nature of the reporting. In different jurisdictions across, especially in Africa, the reporting in itself is voluntary at the moment.
Okay.
Though there are already disclosure manuals that have been released. In Kenya, we had last year the Nairobi Securities Exchange releasing the ESG disclosures manual that would guide the listed companies on how they are going to be collecting and reporting of the data on ESG. So even with that in place, businesses still are doing it on a voluntary nature. So that voluntary nature in itself is making the enforceability of the ESG or sustainability reporting not as strong as it should be within the African context. Yes.
Is this an issue of regulation, a lack of regulation or mandatory requirement for businesses, or is it that we are not yet evolved to that level yet?
It would be both sides, because given the establishment or the publication of the guidelines or the manual, it in itself shows that we are already taking steps towards getting there, because we cannot just get there. We are playing catch up on matters of sustainability reporting. In the Western world, it is already well established and it is founded within the laws that are guiding the businesses in operating. So as we also taking the steps to go to finalize or to have the publications in place, going forward we'll have regulations in place requiring businesses within Kenya, that is, to be able to submit their sustainability reports alongside their annual financial reporting that they always do.
All right. We've mentioned there that some people are also not aware of the kind of reporting frameworks that they should be going through. So we're seeing different businesses and organizations doing maybe things that are not similar or away from the framework that maybe should be used. So before a business goes on a journey of sustainability, what are some of the key areas or questions they should be having in mind?
The very important question the business has to ask themselves is, or has to ask itself is, what is material to my business? How is that which is material linked to the realization of the particular SDG that is aligned to my business operations? So those two very key questions will help the business to be able to generate or to come up or to reach out to be helped in doing the reporting. And also on the issue that you've raised on the different frameworks that are available. Within the market right now, we have the following frameworks. I can just mention a few.
For sure.
We have the Global Reporting Initiative. We have the Sustainability Accounting Standards Board. We have the International Integrated Financial Reporting. We have the United Nations Global Impact, just to mention a few. Of all of this, according to a 2020 KPMG survey, it was noted, or from the survey it was reflected that the Global Reporting Initiative in itself is the most widely used reporting framework of sustainability reporting or non-financial reporting. That is so because, one, GRI, in short, has been in existence since 1997. So there's that longevity of operation, and then also the reputation that it has. Still on the same, we find that the GRI as well has been used by different security exchanges within the African continent to establish their ESG disclosure manuals. In 2021, the Nairobi Securities Exchange in Kenya used the GRI to establish the ESG guidance manuals. Just recently, early this month, the Ghana Securities Exchange released their ESG disclosure manual, and if you look at it, you realize that they've also used the Global Reporting Initiative to be able to develop that manual. So that having been said, we realize that going forward, firms are aligning or adopting the Global Reporting Initiative as a reporting framework, given the various reasons that I've stated before. Yes.
Since maybe just to take it back a bit on that voluntary basis of sustainability reporting, I'm guessing this is also part of the barriers which are there in sustainability reporting as or adoption of sustainability reporting. So if companies can get to cherry pick what they put in their sustainability reporting, what do you think should be done in the coming years, or what kind of evolution do you see happening in sustainability to make it a bit solid?
Right now, what I'll say is, going into the years, it is going to be something normal, because as we speak, before we get to the point we are in right now, much of the sustainability issues has been a jargon issues or has been an elite issue. But right now it is becoming a general conversation, similar to climate change. Before, it was climate change, what is climate change? But as at now, if we speak, we mention climate change, everyone is able to relate. So that said, you cannot be able to cherry pick. Cherry picking would be what we call, should we say SDG washing or sustainability reporting washing?
Greenwashing.
Yes, it's similar to greenwashing, where you're only picking on what you feel you should report on. Part of the principles of sustainability reporting under the Global Reporting Initiative is the balanced nature of the report. As you're reporting on the positive issues that the business is impacting on the environment, you also need to report on the negatives. As you report on the negatives, you need to show that, yes, this is a negative impact, but we are doing 1, 2, 3 things to be able to address the particular negative issues that we have listed.
So that you don't only put a positive spin to your sustainability reporting, but also there's what kind of negative impact are you having on the environment. So what are the, maybe now for companies which are already on their way in sustainability reporting, are there the ones that you've had a look at? Is there elements that are lacking, maybe that they can, add on with what they're already doing?
Given that this is a landscape that is very nascent and there is not much that is taking place within it in the Kenyan context, there is not much to be said. But even before the release of the disclosures by the NEC, maybe say Safaricom and KCB had been doing their reporting before, so we can say they are well advanced. Safaricom's last report was, I believe, last year's report. I've been able to go through it, and part of it is, as businesses strive or desire to undertake the sustainability reporting, is to understand that we are not doing it for the sake of doing it. It is not a checkbox. Yes, it is you reporting the real thing as it is happening in your business, because amongst the very many benefits that you can get from reporting on the impact of your business on the environment, on the social bit, and the governance issues, is opening the opportunities for investors to get into your business. Once you've done that, because businesses are looking for finances all over, then how do you get those finances? There are those, I call them the usual ways in which you're going to be raising finances, but the ESG financing model is one that is growing. So if businesses are able to leverage on their strength and reach out to partners like us to support them in the reporting, then I believe we are having a very bright future on matter sustainability reporting in Kenya for small, medium enterprises in Kenya.
Right. Do we say Nico Green or Nico Green?
I say I am green.
I am green. So, at Nico Green, now when a business wants you to come through to help them with sustainability reporting, what can they expect?
One, it is a journey that you will not walk alone. We will be with you all through the way, because the reporting in itself requires you to be supported all through the way. One, help you identify what are your material issues, how do they align to the SDGs, and how are the SDGs aligned to your business operations. Then we're able to walk with you through that journey. And then it is also, the reporting is not a one shoe that fits all. It is dependent on the size of the business. Yes.
Okay. How can they reach to you for this kind of collaboration?
So we are available on the socials, on Twitter at Nico Green KE, Nico Green in lowercase, KE is uppercase. We're on Facebook, Nico Green. On LinkedIn, Nico Green as well. Or you can reach to us through our office email, info@nicogreen.com, or our telephone line, 0777 612 841.
You can repeat it on that camera so they get that number correct.
For you to be able to reach out to us to support you in a sustainability reporting landscape, sustainability reporting, you can reach out to us through our email, info@nicogreen.com, or on the telephone lines of 0777 612 841. Also, you can reach us on the socials. On Twitter, we are at Nico Green KE. Nico Green is lowercase, KE is uppercase. On Facebook and LinkedIn, we are at Nico Green.
Right. Maybe a last one, which is a bit of a digression from the whole conversation, but still sticking in line with matters of sustainability. Sustainability reporting for business, of course, as we said, is what kind of impact it has on the environment, the social environment, the governance environment as well. Why is it important that a business has a positive impact in those areas?
One, there is a growing customer, shareholder, and investor awareness on these particular issues. So people are looking at, I am only going to be associated with the businesses that is having a positive impact on the environment. I am only going to do business with the business that has good social impact. So on the social, look at the net employee engagement, the worker safety, the employee rights and all that. On the governance issues, does the businesses have an anti-corruption or an anti-bribery policy within it? So that in itself, the branding in itself is very key for one to be able to realize the importance of doing the reporting, apart from the other benefits that we had mentioned as we had begun the conversation.
All right. Thank you very much, Hilary, for putting that into perspective. And if you're a small business, enterprise, a large corporate, please do reach out to Nico Green, and they will help you, of course, in trying to take a look at what is the kind of impact in ESG that your business has, and also, as you said, more opportunities for you to reach out to get investors, to access government tenders, commercial opportunities, positive branding for yourself, accessing supply chains, and of course, getting incentivized engagement from the government, as Hilary Matano there, the programs officer at Nico Green, has put it. If you missed it, we'll be uploading it on YouTube, as I always say, and you can catch the whole conversation. If you have any questions, please make sure that you send them to us, and we will be sure that to prepare Hilary and reach out to you if you are a business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
and all
much.
the best to Nico Green.
I appreciate you.
All right, coming through, of course, I said empowering women through manufacturing and construction. That is happening with Daniel Midega, the head of impact at Builder. So don't go too far. It's back to back of empowerment opportunities for you.